Please like the video, share the videos out on social media, and subscribe right here at the Voice of College Football. As we break down the Clemson Tigers, we got Jason Priester on the line from allclemson.com on SI. All right, Chaz Malusi moves on to Wisconsin, so he transferred. His loss, nothing close to the guy that's the all-time ACC leading rusher, but at least we knew that Travis Etienne was going to be moving on. Actually, it was a bonus that he played last season for Clemson. So set us up at running back. Of course, Lynn J. Dixon, much like what we see across the country, that there are seemingly more talented options coming on board, but he's the guy that's dependable, reliable, that's been there.
Dixon's going to get first crack at the job. I have no doubt about that. I think Kobe Pace is going to get his fair share of carries too going into his sophomore season. He showed a lot of promise during the spring game, and in limited action as a freshman, he showed some promise. I think he's got a very high ceiling, and I'm not sure Dixon's going to be able to hold him off all season. Before it's all said and done, Pace might end up being the starter, and there's two very talented freshmen on this team too, and Will Shipley and Phil Maffa. Shipley's the former 5-star guy. Maffa was a 4-star guy that I always thought was underrated. He comes from Grayson in Georgia. They've put a lot of very talented players, into the college ranks, several at Clemson. And I really like the Maffa kid. I know Shipley gets all the attention, but I really like Maffa. I think he's going to be a phenomenal running back. But to me, the big question is, can Dixon be that guy? For me personally, through his first 3 years, he's not showed me that he's capable of being every down back, put the shoulder on my team, put the team on my shoulders and carry them to a win. But he's not had to do that either because, like you say, they've had Etienne the last few years. I'm very curious to see how Dixon performs early on in the season, especially in that opener against Georgia, against that stout defensive front. But there's a lot of talent in that running back room, and if nothing else, we might see a committee-type approach.
Yeah, from some of the comments that Dabo's made, he's very impressed with not just Shipley and Maffa's talent, but their football IQ and, what they learned in high school in regards to blitz pickups and coming out of the backfield as pass receivers, that they're pretty developed in their skills. Yeah,
Clemson doesn't like to put those running backs on the field until they fully trust them in pass protection. And by all accounts, these guys, they're much further ahead than where, say, Travis Etienne was coming into his freshman season. He played in an option-based offense, wasn't never asked to do a lot of pass blocking. It took him some time to develop that skill, and these guys are much further developed in that aspect of the game than he was. And I think they're going to be able to contribute in a big way and sooner than he did.
Lynn J. Dixon, 42 carries last year at 4.5 yards per carry. That is a pretty considerable decline from what he experienced before that. To be fair to him, Travis Etienne averaged 5.4 yards per carry, and he was up in the 8 range. So that pretty much points us to the offensive line, because if you got two running backs who are dropping by 2.5 yards per carry, that pretty much, we know that they're not getting worse.